guys. This is gonna be a short video because I'm pretty tired and my one roommate is home, so I can't talk very loudly, which is why the screen is so close to my face, and I'm talking kind of quiet. So I just wanted to come on and say hi and say thank you to my first and second ever subscribers. It's an honor to have some people following me and thinking that either they can identify with some of what I say. Oh, that's a bad view, sorry. Or that maybe I would have something insightful to say at some point in time that, could help them, hopefully. This is what I look like when I'm sick, as you can probably tell from my voice a little bit. I woke up today feeling like I had had like 7 drinks too many. The problem with that is that I didn't have any last night. I was at an overnighter with the high school girls that I volunteered for. So I hung out with them and played games and ate brownies and popcorn and had pizza. Yes, I had all those foods last night. And then I ended up coming home early because I was supposed to work a double shift today, and when I woke up I felt like I couldn't move and called into work, and it was apparent that I was sick, and so one of my managers said that she could get my morning shift covered, but nighttime, like, we couldn't get it covered because she didn't have a standby and still had 2 holes in the floor. So she ended up finagling some things and getting it to where I could just go in and break like 3 people and then go home, and it was fine. I just feel like crap, like out of it, kind of spacey, that type of stuff. Like my eyes are a little puffy, my circles are no bueno today, which you can't really see, but it looks like I have a chipmunk cheek on this side. I don't know, I think it's just a camera angle. So yeah, this is what I look like when I'm sick, and you can't really see how bad my black circles are today, but they're there, let me tell you. I am going in early to work tomorrow. I'm off, but I'm going in around 10 to sit down with my general manager and talk to him about a job offer that I was given by another company. I wasn't looking for another job. I've been at my job for 5 years and just wasn't looking at all, and I was approached by them and then passed on to a recruiter and went through the process, and the interview process, just, why not? Like, why not see what's out there and see what it's all about? And they ended up offering me a job that day on the spot, and I had a lot of questions for them about, 401k, upward mobility, paid holidays, insurance, blah, 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 all that type of stuff, employee stock options, tuition reimbursement, a whole bunch of stuff, and I didn't accept the offer that day. I asked for a few days to think about it. I just don't believe that it's a wise business decision to accept the offer right on the spot. So it's something that I have been praying about a lot and just wanting a lot of guidance, and like, God, I would really like if you could give me a sign, like a burning bush, an email, one of those like little blimps in the sky that have the ribbons behind with words, a text message, anything. And a couple of my friends mentioned that, Brianna, you weren't looking for something. This essentially, like, this opportunity with a pretty exclusive company fell in your lap. Like, that has to say something. I just want to make sure that, like, if I do make this move, which would be a huge move because I've worked for the company I'm with now 5 years and I've busted my butt to get where I am. And there's a lot of emotional ties there for me, a lot of emotional ties there for me. I want to make sure that if I made this move to, I'm sorry, somewhere where I would be, where I would be, there we go, making about the same, a little bit less maybe than before, but can I do it this way? Will that work? I'm sick of holding it. Okay, that works. I think the main issue, in all honesty, is it looked crap today, and there's no possible way that I can turn it that makes me feel okay about what you guys are going to see from me today. Main issues are like working more hours for a little bit less money, having to revamp my budget. It would have to be very, very, very tight. I would have to be extremely frugal, but it looks like it would be doable. And then as I did get a raise and stuff, it would be even more doable. It's just that with being a server, you really have flexibility to really bust your butt and make some really good money and really fast. And when you're working somewhere where you're getting paid just hourly, you don't necessarily have the opportunity to rely on budgeting properly and all that type of stuff. One of the big, huge perks, though, is that this company does offer 401k from day one, and they do some matching, and that's huge, huge, because I need to start saving for retirement. Another thing to think about is that the job that I've been at for the past number of years, since I have been there, I have lost over 70 pounds, and it was weight that needed to come off, most definitely, and I still feel like I have a long way to go, though no one that I'm close to seems to agree with me there, but since I did lose so much, and it seemed that happened quickly, which it didn't, but I think sometimes when you lose weight and you lose a lot of it, it takes your body a little bit of time to adjust. So while you haven't really lost anymore, it takes your body time to like shrink up. And it's during that like shrink up phase that people start to notice, and they think that it happened faster than it really did. So there are constantly comments on my body and my weight since I have dropped so much. And I do try and eat pretty healthy at work. But I mean, like, I'll eat things that are pretty balanced, like chicken and brown rice and a vegetable or something. Or last week I wasn't super hungry, and I was having a tough day as it was, and I went on my meal period and I ordered a side of tomatoes, which is 5 tomato slices. And very people like, really, that's all you're having, tomato slices? And I put some a mustard vinaigrette on it, our weight management mustard vinaigrette, and sliced up my tomatoes, and it was like almost an entire tomato, and it filled my stomach, and I had not had like a fruit or vegetable that day at all. So I needed to like get something of nutritional value in, and tomatoes are pretty packed with nutrients, so it was a good choice. Like, it's just frustrating when people know that you've dropped a lot of weight, and then they're constantly on your case about it, and I still have the whole like, oh, you look great, or oh, it looks like you're losing more weight, or blah blah blah, or oh my gosh, your waist is so thin, oh my goodness, like just these random comments that they mean them, like they have great intentions and they're trying to give compliments. It's just really hard for me, and the focus is on what I'm eating or the way my body looks, because that's the focus that I put on it. It's hard knowing that everybody else is putting the focus on it too. And some of those people do know that I have issues with food and blah blah blah. When I first started working there, I was definitely in recovery, and pretty solid recovery, and so when it like came up in conversation, I didn't have a problem telling people that, like, oh yeah, I'm recovering. Like in my past, and it was all in my past, and like it wasn't hard to talk about it like that, but now that it's no longer like just in my past, it's a lot harder. Months and months ago, my general manager sat me down and called me out and was like, it's obvious what's going on. You've dropped too much too quickly. You're getting sick. Like like you keep catching colds. You look sick. You look run down. Like I'm worried about you from a friend standpoint and from a business standpoint, and you need to like figure it out. You either need to go away and get help, or you need to find someone here who can help you. But I want you turning your meal tickets into me on break, and you need to be eating something, blah, blah, blah. So it was embarrassing and frustrating and, whatnot. So one positive thing about going someplace else is that no one would have the before and after. Like no one would know that I've already lost a tremendous amount of weight. They would look at me as somebody who, yeah, she could stand to lose some more weight, but yeah, they wouldn't have that whole like before and after and oh my gosh, you dropped so much. They would know nothing about that. And none of them would know anything about my past eating crap either, because now that's something I deal with on a daily basis. It's something that I don't tell people about, other than like the people who already I'm super close to and ask me and are trying to like support me and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. All of my close friends seem to think that I should be making this move, and today is the first time that I've really felt like this is probably in my best interest, and something that God has really just kind of, I want to say like gifted to me, like given me this opportunity to take something different and potentially get out of a hostile work environment. And not that like my work environment is hostile. It's not hostile. It's just that inherently there's drama, and when drama affects people that I'm friends with, it affects me, and I get very emotionally invested. And these aren't things that anybody else like even knows. It's just that it affects me mentally or emotionally. So I don't know. I think that's part of it. There wouldn't be as late of nights. Like there'd be some nights, but not nearly as late. I would know what I'm making every week. So I have to budget very, 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 very tight. But the 401k is huge. Stock options are huge. Paid days off are huge. Being a positive work environment with upward mobility, and that's all big. The location is awesome. I feel like culturally with the company, I would totally fit right in, like right up my alley. It's just hard because I've been doing what I do for 5 years, and I have roots there, and it feels like home. And with all my training stuff, the idea of someone else taking that over is really kind of scary. Not gonna lie, like I don't do change well. Like I just don't. I'm terrified of change and what happens if I leave and I hate this other job and it won't be the same when I get back, and like just cutting those ties would be very painful. There are some people that I'm close to, but that I really only see at work, just with our schedules and stuff, and it's my time to kind of check in and chit chat just for a few minutes and make sure they're okay, I'm okay, and not having that chance would be tough as well. It really would. I would miss a lot of people, but the people that I'm closest to, I would keep. Sorry, get a little emotional. I would keep in contact with for sure. So I don't know. It's a big decision, and I'm talking to my boss about it tomorrow morning, and more of a asking him like as a friend, what does he think that I should do versus the business aspect of it. So I don't know. I know this isn't about like food and the issues I've had with food this week or haven't had with food this week, and I've had crap to eat this week, BT dub.